Good afternoon, and a special welcome to the class of 1963. You guys are awesome. It's truly an honor for me to be able to address this impressive group on behalf of my class, the class of 2008. Just stepping foot back in Greencastle brings back so many great memories, from fraternity formals and afternoons playing campus golf, to late-night study sessions at Julian, and oddly enough, financial accounting with Professor Musser. Before I really get started, I'd like to share a quick story with you all. This year for the Monon Bell game, I attended the Chicago telecast at Durkin's. I know a few of you in this room were there as well, but for those of you who weren't, we had a terrific turnout. The bar was packed wall to wall with young alumni cheering for DePauw. While the game didn't turn out quite the way we all would have hoped, I did at least walk away from that day with this story. Midway through the game, a few guys walked into the bar looking for a credit card that they had left there from the night before. A bit taken back by this massive crowd cheering for a team that they'd never heard of before, they turned to a group of my friends and asked, "What the heck is DePauw?" After a short conversation and finally closing out their tab, they left the bar, but not before turning to our group and saying, "Well, I still don't really know what DePauw is, but I do know that you guys are all really good looking, and you really love your school." Now, I'd like to think that we as alumni have a little more to offer to this world than our dashing good looks. Though looking out over this crowd in front of me, I think he probably nailed it. But it's that second part that really struck a chord with me. You really love your school, and we do. I know why I love this place, but as I was preparing for this speech, I decided to reach out to a few friends for some inspiration. One of the people that I spoke to was former classmate and now coworker of mine, Catherine Crossley. She said something that really hit close to home for me and for my class. She said that DePauw not only prepared her for a volatile and unstable working world, but allowed her to handle obstacles and challenges that set her apart from her peers. And that got me thinking. I hear people talk occasionally about how my generation might be the next lost generation. And yes, we came out of school at a difficult time. Graduating May of 2008, just 2 short months after the collapse of Bear Stearns, we found ourselves in a difficult position. But DePauw grads are a resilient bunch. I've seen my classmates do incredible things over the past 5 years. I've seen Luke Miller become a doctor. I've seen Katie Beekler dedicate 2 years of her life in the Southern Pacific, changing the world volunteering with the Peace Corps. I've seen Karen Keenan go on to become a teacher in Chicago, shaping the minds of our great nation's youth. I've seen Ryan Pluth become a father to a beautiful baby boy. And I've seen Ben Bannon start a company, not with the intention of trying to make money, but rather to bring a smile to his customers' faces. Yes, we walked away from DePauw in 2008, staring adversity in the face. And while there have been bumps in the road along the way, I can confidently say, thanks in part to what we learned here at DePauw, that the class of 2008 has accepted the challenge that the world has issued to us, and we are winning the battle. As for why I love DePauw, it's quite simple. Who I am today is very much so thanks to DePauw. Of course, I have terrific memories of ATO Commando, Senior Week, Nickel Pitcher Night at Toppers, and all the things that we all loved about the social life here at DePauw. But as we all know, being a DePauw alumni goes so far beyond the Friday and Saturday and the occasional Wednesday and Thursday night memories. On a social level, I made lifelong friends in my classes and by joining the Alpha Tau Omega fraternity. I met my fiancée at an ATO Commando my junior year. And yes, meeting her wearing Army fatigues with face paint is as romantic as it sounds. And I met the future best man in our wedding my first day on campus my freshman year. On a professional level, I was introduced to my current employer, BMO Harris Bank, my senior year thanks to Gary Lemon, Sandy Smith, and the rest of the staff at the McDermott Center and the Management Fellows Office. And finally, on an academic level, I truly believe the most important thing that DePauw taught us was how to learn and how to adapt. DePauw's faculty and staff taught us how to juggle many different tasks, subject matters, and obligations all at once. They taught us to think outside of the box and how to adapt to different environments seamlessly. They gave us the tools to enter the real world confidently after 4 great years at this fine institution. DePauw students come from all different walks of life, and while we've all taken our own paths, both before and after DePauw, the 4 years that each of us spent on this campus, be it 5 years ago or 50 years ago, binds us together. This is a special place, and I'm so glad to be able to spend this weekend with each and every one of you. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and have a good afternoon. Thank you.